So we started last time by looking at what a logo is. We watched that brief video where they talked about the creative process, all of the various qualities that goes into what constitutes a great logo. We started with the historical context of logos and where they come from. That went through what a logo is, and we identified that a logo is essentially a mask or the face of a company or organization. We talked about the fact that a great logo has certain qualities, those being simplicity, appropriateness, they're usually memorable, and then they started to go into the process of designing a logo. And so we're going to pick up from there. In the video, the commentator suggests that in order to create a logo that has all of those features, appropriateness, memorability, and simplicity, that she usually starts with, and I saw when I looked over most of your shoulders, that you correctly identified the process that she goes through. The first thing is she finds an idea that she really believes in, and then one that she can communicate with her client about and that the client really believes in. And then she used this word that said she just iterates it over and over and over again. And so the commentator says that she likes to find something she believes in and do it multiple times, do it and try to conceive of it or think about it in ways over and over in different ways, so that she basically wears that one idea out. And then I ask you to explain, using the context of the video, what you thought the word iterate means. And iterate usually literally means to multiple versions. And so to iterate something is you're going to have multiple versions of the same thing or similar things, but maybe just small little things that have been changed. Maybe a color scheme has been changed, or the shape has been changed slightly, or she liked the way in the off-book logo that the F and the B bent between the pages, and she was just trying to find exactly the right bend in the page. And so asked how many of those versions did she go through? She said 40. In the next section, I started a conversation about timelessness, and the designer that they cited, or that was speaking, had done the heavy metal logos, AC/DC and Metallica and those things. And so he was talking about trying to find a way to make the logo not only feel right, not only be memorable, but be memorable for all time. And so regardless of whether or not tastes change or fads come and go, that the logo can stand up to the test of time. And one of those, a great example of that would be the Nike swoosh. The Nike swoosh hasn't changed from the time that it was conceived in the late 70s. It has gone through, versions. It's had text added to it. It changes color constantly. But the basic shape, the iconic shape of the swoosh, has changed not at all since its inception. Coca-Cola script is very similar as well. They've updated it. They can make it feel modern, or they can make it feel dated by the things that go around it, but the script itself is really timeless, and they want that brand to be identifiable. And to change something as iconic as the Coca-Cola logo would be very difficult to do and keep it feeling like Coke, or being timeless, as timeless as the thing currently is. So I just gave you one. Can you think of an example not shown in the video? I gave you one, which was Nike. I'm wondering which ones you came up with, and I want you to make sure that you have a link here that finds one that was not in the video. And I want to highlight this portion right here. It says, what makes that example timeless? Why do you think it has stood the test of time? Has it changed at all? Maybe you consider it to be timeless now, but does it have a history? The Apple logo has a history. it hasn't always looked the way it looks now. It's very similar, but it hasn't always looked the way it looks now. So what about it makes it feel modern or contemporary or of this time? Lastly, or the last few here, it says a logo can't express everything, but it should definitely express, and then fill in the blank. Here, this really is, the important things that you want, that the company or the organization wants to say about themselves. So that might be a color to represent a certain aspect. So if it were like a recycling company, there might be greens in it, or the shape, the feel of a letter form might, if it were soft edges, rounded edges, that feels very different or communicates something very different than a more rigid typeface. So when you're done, you've checked all your answers, and you know for a fact that you have 100% on all of those things, I want you to click the I'm done button. I want you to click the send me a copy of my response button, and I want you to hit the button that says submit.